Our next guest is our go-to guy for all things Del Cerro. Please welcome back to the show real estate expert Billy Colestock and his special guest, the co-founder and executive director of Creating First Impressions, Jessica Sobel.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much.
What's up?
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Very good.
Doing well, thank you.
All right, Billy. So you've been on the show many times. We've discussed many things. You're actually a cast member of Win This Listing episode 2.
Thank you very much.
Which just wrapped shooting. Everyone's mouth is kind of zip shut at this point, but
Right.
it's going to be a great episode.
It really will.
It will. It really, really will. Great agents. Awesome circumstance. Today, you wanted to bring Jessica in.
Right.
She has a very interesting story. Tell us why you wanted to bring her on.
You know what? I met Jessica, and like immediately she lit up the room when she started talking about what she does. So she captivated my time, and I was just amazed. I want the people in Del Cerro, I want people in San Diego to hear more about what she's doing, and just learn a little bit more about her organization so they can get involved.
Okay, Jessica.
He's being a little kind. It really was because I had like flashlights. I carry flashlights with me, so I'm automatically lighting up rooms wherever I am. Literally. That's how I do that. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm here to talk about an organization that I started over a year ago with my co-founder, Risa Haig. The name of the organization is Creating First Impressions, and it was started because I had got my master's in marriage and family therapy. And one of my first internships was working with first-time offenders and at-risk youth. And one of the things I was noticing when I was working with these kids was that I was working with them and I was giving them coping skills and showing them how to handle trauma and how to go back to their homes that was chaotic, very chaotic environments. Parents were in jail, drugs, gangs. Family was poverty-stricken because parents couldn't get jobs. And I was just teaching them how to cope with it. But I was never giving them the skills that they needed to be able to go out and have a better life for themselves. Those hard skills, those transferable skills, those communication skills, the things that we learn as we grow up. But you know, even that, we learn as we go, but we also have role models, we have parents, we have good teachers, professors. These kids don't really have that. So I saw that, and then a few years later I was helping another organization, and I was teaching and facilitating to women that were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that were coming out of shelters, domestic violence, that kind of situation. And I was teaching them how to get back into the work world. And one of the things I noticed was that there's this huge gap. Why am I teaching this 45-year-old woman how to write a resume and how to be professional? And it's because nobody taught her at 16, 17, 18 years old. So
It's interesting, but they just started doing this in high schools, believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
They just started teaching kids in high school how to interview, how to do resume, because they've invited me a couple times, at least Claremont High School has invited me a couple times to come sort of referee this training or interview. Come interview the students for a job, make up a job, interview them for it, just so they can get practice doing it. It's something that hasn't existed in the educational system forever. So anyone who's an adult now did not grow up in an educational system that actually taught them that skill, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then, well, if you think about it, when you first get out of high school or college and you go for your first job, right? When you go for your first job, do they say, here, do this algebra problem for me, unless you're a mathematician, right? Or do they say, where's your resume? Tell me about your skill sets. Tell me who you are, what you can offer. That's what they ask you. So why isn't this mandatory is my question. But not only that, even if they're teaching it at certain schools, the low income to no income districts, the schools that I work with, they don't have the funding. They don't have the people they can bring in to teach these kids this. They're too busy making sure that the kids get there on time and that they're fed, they're dressed, they're showered.
The basics.
The basics. And so, and you have to remember too, when you're dealing with kids that come from chaos and trauma, their brains have developed a lot different than other children. So you also have to think about those cognitive delays. And now you're putting them in this position where we're like, well, here you go, here's the world. You're 18 now. And then we sit there and we complain because we're going into our pockets and we're paying for social services, we're paying for food stamps, we're paying for all of these things, but we're not giving these kids anything any skills to be able to help them get the employment and to be employable and to be able to get out there and make it. And you know what, as far as I'm concerned, and this is how I feel about this, is that if I give somebody something and they don't use it, it's on them. But let's give them the opportunity to make something of themselves. Let's give them that opportunity and see what they do with it.
So how does creating first impressions do that? Or can you give us a story maybe of someone, an example?
Yeah, absolutely. So the program that I teach, it's a career adaptability program. So I currently teach 2 programs. I teach one at King Chavez High School, which is a charter school downtown, and then I also teach at Monarch, which is a school that is specifically for kids affected by homelessness. And when I teach these kids, I start with, it's like a building block. So we work on employment objectives. We work on resume writing. I work on interview skills. I have people come in and do mock interviews. I have career panels. I also teach them communication and interpersonal effectiveness, how to get along at work, you know, workplace drama. We all know about that.
Gosh, we got to do a bunch more segments with her.
Yeah.
So it's marriage and family counseling and workplace drama. These are all separate segments.
Yeah.
Plenty to talk about.
There is. And so when I'm teaching these kids, you can see that their eyes start to open up. Like they walk in thinking, I don't have anything to offer this world. And they walk out going, wow, I didn't realize that my skill sets, my being able to pay attention in school, or just the fact that I get up every day and I don't know where I'm going to sleep at night and I still go to school and I still get A's, that says so much more about me, and that I need to share that story. And then when I go on interviews, I need to share that story. About 2 months ago, I had a flood in my house and I had to live in a hotel for a month. And I have to tell you, the first 2 weeks, I had to cancel all my appointments. I couldn't go anywhere. My life was turned upside down. I was living out of a suitcase in a nice hotel. And we know it showed me, oh my goodness, these kids show up every day to school, go home to these chaotic environments. They don't know what they're going to eat, when they're going to eat, where they're going to sleep, what's it going to be like, and they still show up every day. And we should be giving these students everything we can to be able to give them the opportunity to really make a difference in this world, because it's those students that will make a difference.
Let's do something real quick, because I have a piece of advice for people who want to know about interviewing or going after the job of your dreams, because what you're saying is very true. A lot of times people will just take the easiest job for them to get because they don't know how to go seek a job they really want. So if someone offers them a job, they'll take a job, they'll do a job that they're way better than for a long period of time because they don't know how to go seek one that they really want.
Right.
So the biggest thing that I told these kids at Claremont High School was basically just, hey, if you want to work somewhere, go there and apply there. It doesn't matter if they're hiring or not. Because once a place puts in a job opening, they get 1,000 resumes.
Yep.
But if they don't have a job opening posted somewhere, then they're not getting any resumes.
I was even reading a book today that said basically, work for free. Instead of putting out 18 resumes a day, go do what you're passionate about. Work for the company, like you're saying, that you want to work for. Do it for free. That's an interview in itself.
Yep.
I mean, that's an
says
interview.
a lot, just offering it.
Right. And well, in the programs I work with, it's great because the schools I work with, they both offer internship programs in addition to what I'm doing. So it gives these kids an opportunity to intern at places and get that job on-site experience, because we all know the catch-22 when we get out of school. Oh, well, you have the education but no experience, or you have experience but no education. You know, it's like that's what we're working with. So now they'll come out with some experience. And then when
I just want to say, if there are any kids who want to get involved in film or radio, TV or radio, then you should let us know.
I will.
Have them get some experience
I
here.
absolutely will. Absolutely.
And I would like for you, because we're just about out of time, I would love for you to tell us what people can do or what you need. You know, for people who want to help you on this mission, what do you need from people right now? We've got the website and stuff up on the screen. So just tell us what it is that Creating First Impressions needs in order to continue this mission.
Well, we currently need funding. We're running the program. We're currently running a program that kids are expected to graduate in June, and we're running the program without funding because I don't want to stop in the middle. So we need funding to be able to continue and be able to give these kids the support. We want to continue running programs at other schools. We want to go back to King Chavez next year. So funding's a big thing. We also are looking for volunteers, career panel volunteers, mock interview volunteers, people who really want to work with these kids and help them and give them some experience that I can't offer in the classroom when I'm teaching the program. And then we'd love to get the community involved. We have a Facebook page, Creating First Impressions. We'd love to have people like our page so they can stay up to date. Believe it or not, when you're out and about and you're trying to get funding, a lot of people ask questions like how many people are following you, how many people are interested, because it's important to them. So if it's important to them and we need them, then we need you. So you just need the community.
Perfect. Okay, we got your first $200 right here. I'm putting down $200 today. How much can you put down to help these kids get the chance at life that they really deserve? Listen, not everyone has it as easily as you or I may have, but we can help those who need it. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Yep,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
your time. Great stuff, Billy Colestock. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for
What a
having
great
me.
mission that you're on. It's really, really needed. Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.